and have a real collaborative online building environment. That's some lovely dancing.
I had forgot to turn the video on, so
So that dance move starts and stops the video, does it, Jeff? Or I'm sorry, Mino?
it doesn't itself start or stop it. It is a function of F9. F9 starts or stops the video, and it gives me my cool little dance move.
Okay.
Welcome back, Jason.
No problem. Got dropped.
So we were just talking about how virtual worlds and the web will likely merge, and especially as bandwidth continues to increase, that this is going to be even more and more realistic.
So what you were
Right.
describing, would that be like a web browser window that you would have within Second Life, so you could actually visit websites from within the world? Is that what we were mentioning,
I think
Jeff?
that's
Or-
what Planet was talking about when he was showing us
Okay.
around. And we should also mention that the Linden Labs, I believe, are opening up significant parts of the code because they really want people to develop the kinds of things that people want to see in this virtual world. So I suspect when there's enough demand for a feature, it'll eventually happen.
Yes.
And Cosmo, I just want to warn you, I'm going to head your direction, and I don't want to. Now, all right, actually, I won't see it. But right now, this could be potential abuse. So Cosmo is probably getting a little pop-up window that's saying, do you want to report this as potential abuse?
Actually, no, not this time.
I'll push harder.
Didn't give me the option. Yeah.
Is this a church?
And this particular building is a little bit complicated to navigate because they're still sticking to some real-life metaphors of books stacked up and creating a maze-like structure. And it's kind of interesting to see how different people adapt. In Second Life, it's very easy to have your avatar fly around, so people oftentimes will have large holes in the roof so that you can simply hover over a building and drop through, and it makes it very easy to navigate. In the case of this building, they have a spiral staircase, which is actually, I find, pretty hard to walk up and down. But that's just part of the mechanics of the game. And here we've come to a roof which we have to touch in order to open, and I'm not sure where the door is.
And I'm in front of the bookcases, and one of the things that Planet had shown us yesterday was that you can text activate commands here. For example, if you type Bible, you will be given a public domain copy of the Bible, which gets added to your inventory. And when you have an object, you can open it. And in this case, this book contains note cards that contain the entire Bible. And you can see it's loading contents. As soon as it does, you'll see Genesis. There it is. You have each verse or part of the Bible as a note card, and you can open it up and you have the whole Bible accessible in Second Life. I'm not sure how many people are actually reading the Bible here, although pretty much every sub-community is represented here. I've seen Christian groups.
I'm at the church across the street, actually. I was just sitting on their great, big, huge, giant light cross up in the sky.
There you go.
And I was tootling around in Second Life earlier this morning, and I noticed that there were actually some church services being held in Second Life. I didn't visit any of them, but I wonder how that works.
Wow, virtual religious services. That probably is not that far away.
Going back to the books, too, Cosmo, or Doug, and I were going around with Planet, and he gave us a copy, I can't find it now, of a book by Lawrence Lessig, and what they've done is actually put it in book format, so your avatar is holding a book instead of just a pop-up window with a note card, and the text reses in high enough resolution where you can read it, touch the pages, and have them turn. So I wish I could find that now, but it kind of extends the metaphor even further.
Yes, from the Creative Commons. Yeah, it was good. Did anybody take in any of that BBC stuff that was going on? Didn't they have a music festival or something this weekend?
Yes, they did. And there was live music being streamed into the BBC Island, which was, I guess, BBC Radio 1 was featuring an open music weekend, so they were playing lots of live music and having dance parties, and that's what happened in Second Life, is People went to this island. You can use scripts to animate your avatar, and people were listening to music and dancing, which is kind of bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, Todd was telling us the other night that takes a lot of bandwidth to dancing. Some casinos, for instance, they're notorious for the lag that they generate by virtue of all the dancers they have on site.
We noticed that each region, and right now you can see on top of the screen we're in Minoa. Mino's place is in Yuja, and an island is one region, is actually one server, one computer, and can hold about 80 avatars. The more they do things like use scripts, the more resources are used, and the more things will slow down for users.
Mm-hmm.
And they were giving out headphones, which is something I'd really like to figure out how they did and integrate it. I believe the theory behind it is that you're able to listen to audio because generally the media that you're listening to is associated with the land that you're on, and you can't take that media with you. But apparently these headphones are an attempt to do so. Mine didn't work. Did anyone get their headphones working?
No.
Yeah. All right.
So that would allow you to listen to recordings and stuff then. So like the iPod model or the MP3 player would be the headphones. Is that what you're saying?
I believe so.
Okay.
Where to next? Let's. I doubt there's anything going on at the Berkman Center, but let's stop by there to see if they have anything there. I'm also thinking maybe the Annenberg Center.
Right.
Actually, let's go to the Annenberg Center first. That was pretty cool.
How do I put a marker down so I can come back here?
World. Create landmark here.
Yep.
Do you want to see it?
The navigation system of all your online resources are done through this inventory, and I'd have to say there's lots of room for improvement. It's not especially user-friendly. It usually takes me at least a little while to find what I'm looking for. All right, to USC Annenberg.
And then there were two.
2 is the second loneliest.
Thank you for the teleport.
Doug, by the way, I don't think I've had an opportunity to say in person that you rock. The first night of the webcast-thon, I signed off around, I don't know, 1 a.m. Doug took over the stream and had a few technical difficulties, wound up sorting them out, came back into Second Life, and just produced great audio. I hope and pray that you got good, solid recordings of that.
Yes, they're spotty in places, but I think I got the general gist of the conversation. And what I did was I set it so that it would start a new file every 30 minutes, and that seems to have been a good thing because I've got some nice little chunks to work with there, and I hopefully be able to put together some good stuff out of that.
Oh, very good. And the other thing we should mention is that Second Life is a CPU hog and a bandwidth hog. It uses up your resources big time.
And the other thing that I noticed is you really need to turn off your screensaver because everything may be going along quite well until your screensaver kicks in, and then that is a real killer once you get that fighting with the other two applications.
So we are now at the USC's Annenberg Center in Second Life. They bought an island, and Annenberg is a big-time, I don't know if they're a philanthropic organization, but they provide a lot of money to a lot of educational and media, especially media-related endeavors. And this
got a note card here if you want me to read a little bit.
Yes, please.
It says, "Welcome to the USC Annenberg Island and Public Diplomacy and Virtual World Center. Our vision for the island is that it be an international virtual worlds portal for public democracy. Our goals are to explore how virtual worlds can be used as effective tools to bridge cultural gaps, to foster new ways to resolve conflict, and to learn and teach new skills in communicating with each other to build a better world. What you see before you is an evolving presence in Second Life to explore the intersection of virtual worlds and public diplomacy. We seek not only to show real-life practitioners that virtual reality is a powerful place to promote cooperation, but to persuade Second Life residents to participate enthusiastically as well, etc., etc.
All right. So it's worth noting that a lot of big-time entities and movers and shakers and people who wind up shaping policy have jumped into the Second Life world pretty eagerly.
Right. In fact, it's obviously a great marketing tool, and so Microsoft and some other geeky type appeal organizations are here, but lifestyle people are here, and they have apparently an island somewhere which I haven't been able to find yet, and I imagine we'll see more of this, and probably they'll start creating their own virtual worlds that you can inhabit, so you can go to Pepsi World and drink Pepsi products virtually. And that kind of stuff, and they'll probably make it some kind of lifestyle type experience for people to consume.
Yeah, we saw the Coke cans the other night.
Right, and then the real neat thing is if you could somehow connect all those different disparate virtual worlds, so that Second Life could somehow communicate with the other ones like World of Warcraft and what have you. That would be a neat thing to overcome.